Y'all forgive me for being late. I had to get situated. I had to make sure that I was caffeinated as I got onto this call. As y'all are coming on, welcome. Today we're going to be talking about um, an experience for clients to learn from, but also an experience more so for the stylists to know how to better handle. So, if y'all are new here, I'm Meelah Evans. I've been a licensed cosmetologist for the past 10 years, and I have been specifically educating natural women pretty much the majority of the time. And so, throughout the years, I have had amazing experience. I have an amazing clientele. I have, been able to really attract clients that are aligned, who are respectful. Like, I have had one of a kind experiences with almost all my clients, but throughout the years I have had experiences that were not so great. I have had someone troll me. I have had people come in not being able to pay for their service but already get their service rendered. I have had people go and bash me online even though I gave my best. And then I just have experience where, and you're going to have experiences as well where you can go above and beyond. You can give a client all that they are asking for, but they will just be hard to please. They will, some clients will come in wanting to have a bad experience, or have had so many bad experiences in their lives that even you doing your best to counteract that, like, it's not enough. So real quickly, I'm going to segue speaking about it from the client perspective to just do some education, because I first and foremost always lead with education, and it's the core of our name and what we do. So I have, for a long time, I actually have a blog post written in my notes that is about Dominican blowouts. And the title of the blog is "You're Not Dominican. Stop Getting Their Blowouts." Okay. Our hair does not want that level of heat. Okay. And then we know that there are some salons or some Dominican salons that actually go as far as to put chemicals such as relaxer or keratin smoothing treatments in the shampooing experience. So, I hope that y'all can hear me okay. If y'all can't hear me as y'all coming in, please let me know. But yeah, so that it can only I always tell people that heat damage can happen with just one occurrence. It doesn't have to be a Dominican blowout. It can be you at home. It could be a stylist in the salon. It can be someone you trusted. It could be anything that creates heat damage in the hair. Things that are almost a shoe-in for heat damage is a flat iron that's too hot, hair that is unhealthy, and then someone who just simply does not care about your curls reverting back, or anything like that. Those are telltale signs. If you're smelling burning, like, you have to be an advocate as a client. You have to be an advocate for yourself. If there's something in your experience that you are not satisfied with, please stop the service. Okay. So now I'm going to rehash. Hey y'all, as y'all come in. So now I'm going to rehash something that recently happened. And I guess before I talk about what recently happened, let me tell you about some times in the past where I have gone above and beyond, where I feel like I have overexerted myself, and then I really care for someone, and it just didn't pan out well, and it really doesn't sit well with me afterwards. But there's really nothing I can do about it. So, needs to say, to speak about what happened recently, is that someone did come into the salon and they had gotten a Dominican blowout. Their hair was not excessively damaged, and so I wanted to bring them in to speak about the future of their hair, essentially. I have had heat damage myself, my own hair, and I have handled a lot of women who have had heat damage, and it's almost like rare to find someone who maybe has not had heat damage on their hair, because it's very easy to happen. So I would say out of every 10 natural hair clients, maybe 7 or so of them, 6 to 7 of them, have had heat damage at some point in time in their natural journey. And essentially what happens is, it happened one time, you're devastated, you regret it, you feel guilt, you feel all these things, you're upset about the fact that the hair that you took so long to grow out, that just with wanting to try one hairstyle one time, you realize that all your hard work is gone. So I get that, and I'm very understanding to that point, and I always try to lay out all the options, whether it be from coloring journeys on how this color should happen, or how if you're considering a cut, what a cut journey will look like if you cut it shorter than a certain amount. Like, cutting a hair into a tapered cut has a grow out phase. Eventually it's going to start look wonky. You're going to have to keep on keeping your sides and your back cut down low. These are things that the professional is supposed to tell the client. So you're supposed to set expectations with your client so that they know exactly what to expect, even if it's 6 months to a year out, that that's your job, because you know what it looks like. So when someone comes in, I'm always going to say, hey, this is what's going on with your hair. This is how it happened. It's unfortunate that maybe we got here to this level of damage, but these are your options. I am a person who is wanting to, I'm not going to hold on to something that doesn't serve me. But I also do know that women strongly have a connection to their hair where it's a security blanket. So I take all these things into consideration. I listen to the client. You're supposed to listen to them. You're supposed to hear what they're saying to you, what their lifestyle is like, how they like to wear their hair, their go-to styles. Like, you take all these things in when you start to style that client. And so this client came in with not a massive amount of heat damage. Their hair was a looser curl pattern than they expected, and then they had some areas that were more bone straight. So with that being said, I let the client know that, hey, you don't have to cut off all this hair. You can transition. You can still rock amazing twist outs. You can still do transitioning styles if you're not ready to cut this off. The person was one moment, y'all. The person was so devastated by what had happened to their hair that they just did not want to see it anymore. They said every time they look at their hair that it made them cry. So I'm like, okay, it sounds like you have made up your mind. Even though I am pushing you to at least just wait, even a week, even just like see how your emotions come down. Like, I personally would say you don't have to cut this hair off. This hair can stay with you. But it sounds like you have made your mind up that you really hate seeing the straight hair, and that's going to make you upset. So let's cut it. So in that scenario, I gave the client exactly what they asked for. I let them know otherwise, like what possibilities that they could have. I feel like I did my job. Okay. And so in that, the person now regrets their haircut. Okay. And not only do they regret their haircut was fire. Okay. I pretty much cut an afro into heat damaged hair. Okay, so I made the hair look as though it was less heat damage. I tapered some areas up, and I gave them a really nice shape that would grow out, that gave them some flexibility, that allowed them to wear their protective styles like they want to. And, I took everything I heard from the client, heard what they said. I even left it longer than they maybe anticipated, because I know how it can be. So I left the hair longer and was just like, okay, at least this isn't starting all over from scratch. This hair is viable. Like, leave it right here. All right. As y'all come in and say, hey, I really hate talking to a blank screen. So if y'all are watching the people who are watching this, hey y'all, if y'all are new here, I'm Meelah Evans, and today what we're talking about in particular are Dominican blowouts, how they can damage your hair. And then and that is from the client perspective. And then on the stylist perspective, what we're talking about is someone coming and sitting in your chair, asking you to do them a service, and then them leaving out being unsatisfied with the service, even though it was something that they chose to come to your salon to get. Okay. Thank you, Stevie. Appreciate you. So needless to say, for instance, I work with another stylist, and a client came in. So as I say that, a client came in maybe a few weeks ago, and they asked for a blonde. Okay, they asked for this drastic change in their hair. They were brunette. They had maybe shoulder length curls, and they wanted to have extreme highlights. They wanted their hair to be on a scale from 1 to 10, they want to be maybe at a level 9 color. And this is for my hairstylist, my cosmetologist. They wanted to be a level 9, and they wanted it ashy. Okay, so we also know that ashy is only attainable once you get to a certain level as well. The stylist that I work with did the color to perfection. The color looked great, and it is very similar to the picture of inspiration. All right, the client leaves out. The client is happy when they leave out, but because people around them, i.e. their boyfriend, saw their hair and didn't like it, now the client doesn't like it. But who is in the wrong? The client asked for a service. got the service almost identical and very similar to the picture of inspiration, loved it, was happy and satisfied, but now outside forces have made them, or outside, factors have made them dislike their hair. You know what I mean? What is the client supposed to do in that situation? What are they supposed to do, right? So essentially, when dealing with unsatisfied or impossible to please or hard to please clients who sometimes come in looking for, they sometimes come in looking for an issue to have. This isn't the particular scenario that I'm experiencing now, but that can happen. Sometimes you just have to say, I did my best. I did my best. There's only so much support that you can get outside of the salon. Yeah, I just want to share that if y'all are going to Dominican salons and you are a black woman and you love your curls, those don't go together. If you love your curls, you don't go to get a Dominican blowout, because a Dominican blowout probability of damaging your curls is very probable. It's I don't want to say it's 100%, but it's very probable. And so if you are nervous to press the hair, don't press the hair, because you're already going in with bad energy. You're already going in with hesitations. It's like not committing all the way. Like, you know what I mean? Hey, Big Cap, what's up? So yeah, I hope that this helps someone. I hope that this helps a client who is considering getting a Dominican blowout. Don't do it. If you are wanting to see your hair stretch, there are other ways to see your hair elongated without using a flat iron. Heat damage can happen with just one press, one pass, with a too hot flat iron on unhealthy hair. All of these variables, heat damage is around every corner. Learn it around every corner if you use heat. If you are a stylist and you get a client that is hard to please, cut your ties. Okay, you can't please everybody, and then it can, even though you gave them an amazing experience, even though you did above and beyond, they will see it and turn it how they want to turn it. And then that could lead to further, whether they leave reviews or go around the town saying bad on your name. But if you know that you give a quality experience and that you can stand tall and you have receipts to back the fact that they have, asked for something, you gave them exactly what they wanted, like, at some point in time, it starts to sound crazy. Okay, so I'm just gonna leave that with y'all. Again, I'm Meelah Evans. I am a licensed cosmetologist for the past 10 years. I have been teaching women about their natural hair. I make natural hair simple by taking the guesswork out of it. So you shouldn't have to guess about your products. You shouldn't have to be a product junkie, and you should know how to wash and define your curls and get hydrated hair and solve all your scalp challenges. That's all over here. And then I also work with other stylists who are looking to grow their brands and businesses if they're having trouble. So if you are interested in a clarity call to speak about your goals in your business and where you want your beauty salon services to go, then feel free to use the link on the page for a clarity call. So free clarity call. We talk 30 minutes about where you want to go and how we can get there together and how I can assist you. I have learned a lot of things in business, including dealing with disgruntled, unsatisfied, unhappy, hard to please clients. It's tough because you take so much pride in what you do, and you know for sure that you did all that you could do, and then that person is still just unhappy. So you just have to move around, and one bad seed don't spoil the whole bunch, essentially. But I hope that this helps somebody. Hairstylists, beauty professionals, feel free to contact me and book your clarity call. I would love to speak to you about your business. I hope that y'all have a great day, and I hope that y'all learn something today. Stay out of the Dominican salon.